The too long didn't watch is these suck, don't buy them, they're not good. Now, I want to make two things clear. One, I got these for free. Number two, I had a $60 credit from Lenovo for buying my computer, and I needed something and was running out of time because they expired in June. And I was like, crap, I need something, and I bought these. And I bought them under the assumption that they were going to be pretty good, or at least, functional, because I was looking at reviews, and these had a 4.7. Yeah, they have pretty good reviews, 4.7, I believe, on 4.8 on, the Google user reviews. Now, other things like Amazon weren't as positive, but generally speaking, I looked at all the other options. There's like a Belkin one, Belkin PlayTrue wireless ones. These were another option, and I didn't get these because they had a stupid thing on the side that was like a charging, this thing, and it was like forced attached to it, and I was like, okay, so I'm gonna have to plug these into something and just have it hanging out. It was an awful design. And I also didn't like the earbud shape, so I was like, not those. These, I was like, okay, well, they have a lot of reviews on Lenovo's website, which means, call quality and Skype and crap, and not necessarily for much else. So I was like, okay, let's avoid those. Let's get these, because, relatively interesting design from a company that does exist at one point for audio products. I thought, it has that shape, and, it's probably pretty good. And I got them, and they took, a couple days to get here. And the main thing I knew about these was that not only were they going to be, plastic or anything like that, I was not expecting them to sound good. I was not expecting them to kind of feel good. What I didn't expect, and this is obviously just maybe a research thing. I didn't do any research before buying these. I was like, yep, no, man, we're going to get these ones. This shape, here's a picture of my face here. And they don't actually open the way you would think, or they fit in your ears the way you would think. They open normally. They don't fit the way you think. So if I can get a other image that isn't just the front facing one, can I get like when it's open. So it's open like this, right? And it's open kind of up. So it goes up to the left, it goes up to the right on either side. That's not how you wear these. You don't put this part in your ear and have it go back. You actually tilt them the other way. So this left one goes down and this one goes down. And so you actually have them kind of facing out. As you can see here, right? You kind of have this weird thing where it faces out. This is the most comfortable they are, right, in this position. It looks crazy, it looks weird, it doesn't look like how it should, but this is actually how, at least to my head, they fit and they worked. The reason I don't have earbuds commonly is because they don't really fit my ears that well, but that's how I found to wear them. And because of that, the main advantage of them staying in my head, which is I thought what they would do because they have that stem there, completely goes out the window, because as you can see, that stem is nowhere near keeping anything even close to my ears correct, right? And that's on the other side too, right? That's on the other side here. It doesn't keep anything incorrect, but it does go in my ear. So obviously the fit to me wasn't great. It did come with a couple other ear tips, which I tried to do, and that just didn't really work that well at all. So again, to each your own. Fit's going to be something that's kind of, dependent on the person, but to me, they didn't fit that well. That's the first thing I noticed. The second thing I noticed, getting these to pair was really painful because it's supposed to be just you hold the button and they pair, but they weren't pairing, and I had to, basically reset them a couple times in order to get them to pair, which is ridiculous for a pair of earbuds that say they have special Bluetooth on them. The app barely functions, if functions at all, and they sounded pretty bad. The best way I can describe the sound is echoey and inconsistent. It felt like I was listening. Now, this is a pretty common insult, but it's the best way I can describe it. It felt like listening through a tin can. It was very echoey. It was very not that clear. It was kind of out in a space that didn't feel right for the type of music, right? Like stuff that I know sounds well and mixed well didn't sound well or mix well. Like it made songs that were mixed well sound like they weren't, right? It made things very muddy. It made things very airy, but not in a good way. That leads to a lot of issues. First off, the other thing is that so theoretically, right? Running, walking, hiking, they're water resistant, splash resistant technically, but you're not going to be running or any kind of exercise with these. They're going to fall out too easily. They're going to move around too easily. They're not going to function for that experience. If you're looking for something that has that ability, I think it was the JLab Air Sport. These are going to be what you're looking for. Smaller, as you can see, has that hook, has a little bit flatter case to fit in more places. This is really what you're going to be looking for. Wow, $54. What the hell? These were like 30 25, 30 bucks on Lenovo's website. Really interesting. But yeah, these are what you're going to be looking for. You can get them for, again, 20, 30 bucks on everywhere except JBL's actual website. JLab, sorry. You can get these for like 20, 30 bucks anywhere else. Don't buy them on here. But if you're looking for a sport band, that's going to be what you're looking for. You're not going to be rocking these in any capacity. So really the only thing I would say you want to use these for is podcasts or sleep, which is kind of what I was doing, but they're pretty uncomfortable to be able to use for sleep. So it's basically just podcasts, and at that point I'm just going to use my headphones or anything else, right? Now, that's not to say that these are a complete universal waste of time. They do have some good, quality things to them. It has USB-C charging, which the battery life seems to be pretty good on these. But like overall, you have a case here that I would say is pretty compact. So if you're looking for something compact, then I guess it's a pretty compact case. I would say the touch controls work pretty decently on these, but I wouldn't recommend something like this. Now, the issue I have, and this is kind of something you run into when you have these recommend products. I personally wouldn't recommend earbuds to anyone because I don't like how they function, and a lot of the time they're too expensive for what they are working with, right? But just because I personally don't recommend something is going to be different than if I'm trying to recommend someone to someone that's already looking for earbuds. In your case, you're probably looking for earbuds if you clicked on this video, and so if you're looking for something sport, go get something like this. If you're looking for other more general earbuds, any of these will do. The Q20s, probably, if you're looking for something AirPod-like. If you're looking for something a little bit more smaller than the Z30s work. The Piston Buds Pro look pretty neat and also seem to have that. Again, something that has an ear tip and more battery life. The S50s, the Arrows here, pretty good. The Evos are probably their more expensive one, or the Piston Buds Pro. But like comparatively, I would say something like the Q20s are probably pretty good, or the Piston Buds Q30s are going to be your closest recommendation between that. And I just mainly look at these because I know that they have good quality products, and I've used a couple of them and I have gifted them. So if you're looking for a recommendation, definitely Piston Buds. If you want something smaller, the Arrow or the Q20s, just kind of try them out. Those are going to have better fit. So I think fit's going to be better with them. Battery life's going to be about the same. Case is going to be about the same. And so the good stuff about these is going to shine. Not to say that you can't get something like the Belkin or some of these other ones, but I just don't recommend these. It's just kind of one of those, like, if you wonder why there's so many e-waste equivalents of earbuds, it's because you get stuff like this that people buy and people like and all that. And to me, you can get better feeling, more confident options from other places. So yeah, don't recommend these. I give you better options. So if anyone's looking at these and seeing the reviews, just don't. They're not really worth it. Get something else. Again, sport or more laid back, more not reputable brands, just brands that have a little more consistency, I would say, and more confidence in their product. Right? I would say one more has confidence in their product. And like Soundcore and that kind of thing, rather than creative. Real quick, I have a gaming channel that I'm trying to start up, Matt Gibbs Gaming. We're going to do 4 review series where I'm just reviewing a variety of games. My first video on that's up on the channel now. It is Multiverse's review here. Just Gems, which is a series that I'm going to be looking at overlooked games that I think could use more recognition and just highlighting them there. Quick tips for a variety of quick tips that I find. Those are probably more shorts content. And the Game Lab, which is kind of my video examination series of kind of why games work in a variety of ways. Hopefully those series are interesting to you. Right now, there's a video on Multiverses, as I said before. Every time you see this, there hopefully will be another video added. So by the time you see this, my video on Next Defiant should be up. Next time this plays, whatever video I have that's coming up will hopefully be out. So this is kind of a reminder that when you're seeing this, a new video will be on the channel live, so you can go check that out if you want. Subscribe over there if you like the content and gaming content. Subscribe over here if you like the tech content that I'm doing here. And yeah, have a nice day.